Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to FIA European Truck Racing Series. We're in the World Series instead, as we can now race with Kiwi Truck Racing. And we've got the Argentine team as well, Patagonia Truck Team. We've got Tennessee Racing, Maple Leaf Truck Team as well. So it could be Canada, America, Argentina, or New Zealand. Shall we be New Zealand, as this is the second closest round we've got? Slightly different objective and reputation as well compared to the European Truck Racing Series, where you've got objective 9, reputation 55 to get now. So we are in Japan at the Mount Fuji Speedway Raceway. Glorious sunny day. It's got Amir at the top in qualifying 1. Then we've got Joe Whitelock and Gabriel Silva on the second row. And on the third row, it's Brad Harris and Stoffel Van Dorn Mertens on the third row. Heading into the second of the grid, it's Thiago Costa and Hector de Santos. And on the fifth row, it's Sarah down there and Carl Anderson right at the back. It's of course ourselves along with Josh Reeves for Kiwi Truck Racing. Is it always your teammates at the back with you as you get underway? That glorious morning sun or afternoon sun. Massive crowd here though for the truck racing. They do love their old truck racing, and it's like along with their GTs, single seater racing as well. As here we go then, behind the spoiler. For 3 laps, we are underway. They're already a bit shaky in front, and they try and go down the inside. But do we dare make it 3 wide towards the first corner? We try. Lots of trucks are making it 3 wide. Hello, 77. Oh my god, 22, what are you doing? Seems to have been punted as we're up to 9th out of all of that. And look at that sun blinding us towards the second corner. Try and cut back on the 34, he's gone wide. And now the beautiful third corner here at Fuji. Testing your tyres, testing your metal. How much speed do you dare K through it? Seems like we dared K too much speed. Then into the tight left. That's all 14, you're a bit slow.
Try to hold your position.
See alongside us now, we can slot in front. Up into the top half of the field then. So do we have the chicane here coming up? Please tell me we don't, because it could be chaos. We do, no! I'll be one of the places where Massa lost that 2008 World Championship, where he clashed with Lewis Hamilton back in the day, where he clashed with Kubica in the previous year in the wet in 2007. Was that right? No, it's 2007, wasn't it? He clashed with Hamilton. In 2008, he clashed with Kubica. One of the greatest finishes in modern history. That battling. Who cares about track limits? Let's now go on to the back straight. We don't care. Unfortunately, we're going to hit the limiter. As he stay in 6th. We're on a straight. There's hello crowds. This onside guy is a massive crowd. This morning came to watch the World Endurance Championship race round here. 2:25.7. I thought it would be a bit slower, to be honest. I thought it would be over 2:30. To go with the dive. Oh no, the 5-second penalty. They did not the dive on the 15. But we do get up to 4th. Now we're chasing down the big 3 in front. They're quite a way in front actually. Didn't really need to get it down to 4th there. Or third, shall I say. Should have just kept it in fourth. So you go around that. So right, that's the corner that cost Alonso the World Championship 2007. Or 2000, yeah, it was 2007, wasn't it?
If you see an opening, go for it.
Well, he spun there in the wet when he's like, only like 4th or 5th or something in the race. If he just finished that race, he would have been a triple world champion. And that really would have changed quite a narrative on his career. I mean, he still has the Ferrari years, but that was always going to happen. But man, it would have made maybe 2008 a bit more interesting. He's got a free really wants to block us. The 3 in 3rd spot, you would have thought it. Down the inside. That's right, what is second doing? As we're drifting onto the front stretch. As he gets to the podium, places first, is breaking away.
If you see an opening, go for it.
I just did. As he head onto the front lap with just over a 2-minute lap. Look at that. Speedy beasts these are. It's going to be 2:10. Got to imagine these without the top of the speed limit, top limit. I know they need it for safety reasons. Because these things went any quicker. Breaking into some of these corners might have been a bit more difficult as it could lead to toppling. You never want toppling as you get into second. So that's not how you meant to take the corner, is it? As we're drifting through to second and third corner. No, we got a 10-second penalty for track limits, I think. Or did we hit someone? I don't know.
If you see an opening, go for it.
But I don't think we'll build a 15-second gap to the behind, but we'll try our best. So at least finish in the top 8. Remember, we want to get out of reverse grid by at least. Let's look at that sun burning. It is the land of the rising sun, isn't it? As there's Mount Fuji as well in the background. It is one of the most spectacular views around this circuit. You can see why it is a fantastic circuit as well, despite its modernisation. I mean, it got realigned after, was it the 90s, I think it was? The 80s? It became this facility, but still a fantastic track. Just with its natural inclines and corners and drifting.
Go for it.
It's a shame they have Fuji and Suzuka in the same country. Maybe they can do like a Pacific Grand Prix like they did back in the day for Okayama when they had it on the calendar in 94, 95. AIDA, as it was known as well. Maybe we can do that with Fuji and Suzuka on the F1 calendar. I mean, they want to expand to 25 races. There we go, 7th. We'll be on the front row. There's a mere wind from pole. Comfortably ahead of Gabriel Silva's first podium for the Brazilian. William Tremblay? Who's he? He was in the front row. Dropped down to 3rd, still got a podium. Thiago Costa. Just 1 point in America. He loves it in Japan with Brad Harris round at the top by Joe Whitelock. We've got Stoffel in 8th. Josh Sara down in 10th. Just ahead of Carl Johansson. Hector Dos Santos miss out on the points this time. So we get 4 of them. But we still hold on to our lead by 4 points. We look at Amir closing. Brad Harris very consistent. And Josh Reed, Stoffel, Joe Whitelock. 11 points for Gabriel Silva, Carl Hansen, Hector Santos, William Tremblay, just ahead of Thiago Costa. So we go from the front row, chasing our first victory here in Fuji. A decent start. I think we already got the lead. Now we've got the break for the first corner. Braked a bit too hard. I think we're holding on just. You barely dad the brakes here. Don't really need to use the water through that corner.
Okay, focus. Keep pushing.
Because naturally the temperatures will slow down through this corner. When we don't use the brakes. Just play with the throttle. Have to use a bit of water into the left though. God, this lap already feels better than any of the previous 4 we had, or 3. Better than the first race. I'm very good at counting, I am. That's all that sun. Still blinding. Definitely have to use the water into this chicane. And we really have to use the curbs to turn the truck as well through that. You kind of trail braking into, it just tightens. It's such an awkward corner. The right. You've got these cambered corners now that are blind. And very difficult to hit. But then you've got this magnificent final corner which leads onto the back straight. That's for multiple lines. If you're going to do a slow corner onto a back straight, do that. Allow for multiple ways to tackle it. Even though you've got a massive straight here, 1.5 kilometers long, which is natural for slipstreaming. You've got multiple different kind of speeds coming onto it. It's fantastic. It's 2:44. What was our first lap in the open race? It was like 2:25, wasn't it? But already much quicker than that as we've just powered away from everyone. Unfortunately, it's the story once again. We're starting near the front. See, just using the brakes out turn the front end through that corner, really. I do it using it enough. You've got to let go of the brakes a couple of times. There we go. Full throttle it. Brake under the sign. You're barely off the brakes when you're right on the power again. Yeah, I do love that corner. It's a great inviting overtaking spot, but it's not actually a lot of braking into it. Unlike this corner. Braking a bit early this time. And you see, just ride that curve through the left. Got the power nice and hard. Got to get the front rotated a bit more. There we go. Now we can use some curve as well. Get the truck through the corner. And then you're braking into a straight line, just turn into a blind crest here. Hoping you got it right, really. It's now, the sun's not blind, just the mention Fuji in the background. The mountain. Onto the front stretch. Could we get under a 2-minute lap time maybe round here? We'll try it on the final lap. I don't think I've got it on this occasion. Thanks to the limiter. I don't think it's possible, is it? We're using the same stuff we used where we mix, where we're in between the cornering and the balance setup. Yeah, 209.2.
Keep pushing. Okay, focus. Keep pushing.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to gain 10 seconds from nowhere. Not sure I'd wish for that to be the case. Seems a bit unlikely. So here we go again. Didn't really rotate, but it did enough. And you're barely full throttle through here. You're just playing with it until you think you can nail it. God, I love that corner. Not my favourite corner. I said the final corner is probably my favourite round here, but that's a strong second, shall we say. Actually, no.
Tighten the corner.
The long range's right-hander. Give me a corner like that in any circuit. That right-hander. That's a gorgeous corner. Oh, I like these corners as well. These blind apex corners where you're rolling off the brake. Then that front end do all of the work, really. You're just trying to time it right. God, the tyre's crying out for help. So we get a 3-second penalty for track extending. What the hell? Barely extended. Let's see this lap time though. Very close to like a 2:05 at least.
Try to hold your position.
Did he shave off a couple of seconds maybe? No, doesn't look like it. Not a 2:09.
Congratulations, first place.
Nice consistency though. 2:09.2, 2:09.3. So he beat Stoffel. Back on the podium ahead of Brad Harris. You've got Joe White, like Thiago Costa. He's got that points fever. Being Tremblay. Gabriel Silva, Amir, Carl, Sarah down in 10th once again. She's not really moving, is she, in the races? And Josh Reeves and Hector Dos Santos to get a glorious 10 points. And we've got a glorious 12-point lead over Brad Harris now. She jumped up to second, Sarah down to third. And we've got Amir, Stoffel, Josh ahead of Joe, and Gabriel Silva, Carl Hansen, Thiago Costa into the top 10. Just of Reen Tremblay and Hector Dos Santos in last.
Try to pick up the pace.
I'm accelerating.
Try to gain a few places here.
Thanks for telling me what lap I'm on. I never would have guessed. Just trying to slot it, make it 3 wide. Oh, 40 moves
Try to pick up
across.
the pace.
Are you kidding? We're 3 wide. How do you want me to pick up the pace? See, no answer. Oh, still 3 wide. The truck's finally backed off behind.
Good overtake.
Thank you. There's no 10-second for it in the time penalty marker, I think. As they're trying to go around the outside. We're already into 6th. Already into the top half. We'll go nicely on the power. No, too wide, are we? Just about hold on. Dive it down the inside. Still keep it in third. I'm surprised there. I thought it would be lagging on the revs. There's 15s all over the place. Oh, now you want to defend. I'm here, mate. I wish I had a horn. Seriously, that needs to be the next update.
That was a great overtake.
I kind of consider this a great truck racing game if there's no horn. I'm going to keep ringing that bell until it happens, because I can't beat that horn, you know? Or honk the horn. I can reverse beat, because of course that's in the game already. Tell you not made up sound effects. It's right at the second. Lost the first challenge, completed in 1 lap maybe.
You can win this race.
Oh, now I believe. Once again, we're not going right at all in the final corner. I wish they just grassed that up all the way across. I can understand why. And if they want to keep the FI grade 1, I think they are. Most circuits seem to be grade 2 now. There's not many grade 1s. Grade 1s can only host up to F1. Grade 2 can cover up to... Was it up to touring cars, isn't it? I don't know what the Welsh Forests are. Do they get an FI grade? Like, I know they're not circuits, but rally stages, they have their own gradings. Like, I mean, there's lots of trees there. I'm not sure what grade to give it.
You can win this race.
Where's the tarmac runoff? You know? Do they go around like old Finnish forest? There's lots of jumps here. I'll give it a grade 3. Not suitable for single seaters. Is that what? That's what they do. I mean, surely there's a rating system for rallies as well. Like hill climbs, there is grading. I remember that. It's always similar for rallies. Now I'm actually interested. I have to search this up now.
That was a nice overtake.
Yeah, I pummeled him out of existence. That's a nice overtake. God, crew chief is ruthless. Maybe that's why she's like a retired racer, because she just kept hitting people out of the way. Is she from Forza?
Keep it tight.
This is what's happening. She's one of the rammers from Forza. She had to retire after they made all of the back markers transparent. And she was like, well, I can't continue in this business now. I'm going to have to do something else. You now sees a truck racing crew chief. And she's going to work her way up. And I mean, she maybe started in touring cars. You know, maybe the other racing. Worked up the touring cars. Now she's on the European truck racing scene. I mean, she's going to end up in NASCAR eventually, isn't she?
1 lap left. Just a few laps left.
Do some ARCA, do some trucks as well. There are NASCAR trucks. There's a link there. We do the supercars as well in Australia, New Zealand. Of course, here as well, you've got the Super GT. Not really contact racing, though. Same with DTM too. I mean, even Formula E has more contact. Although it's a single-seater series, it's evolved past that. Apart from being a normal single-seater series, it's like IndyCar when they had the bumpers everywhere. Drivers figured out, oh, I can just bump a guy and not actually damage my vehicle that much. I should do that. So IndyCar actually had bump and run for a few years this decade, which was hilarious. On occasion, not hilarious. I remember, was it Marco or someone went over the back of someone in Long Beach? I think Marco went over the back of Rahal back in 2012 or 13. God, my memory, it fades. As I was a bit hairy through that. So yeah, that showed the bumpers not actually working that much. You need to do a bit more IndyCars. That's why they put holes in the side of the kind of floor at the bottom. That's when they came in. Flaps at the rear as well on the rear Kardashians.
Keep it tight in the corner.
They had the rear bumpers. And then with the new aero kit, they all went. All of the extra bits of carbon fibre. Now we have some mean looking machines. And then the race hasn't drastically improved, especially on the oval side. Well, the oval race is actually better with the Kardashians. Oh, we've got to bring all that bodywork back, all that downforce. Are we going to win? This is the big question. I mean, it wasn't a very good final lap.
You're on the podium.
Only second. That's Sarah. What the hell? I was saying she wasn't doing well, and then she's suddenly winning again. Got Stoffel in third, then Josh Reeves, Brad Harris down in fifth, Joe Wright, like the Brazilians, Gabriel Silva, Thiago Costa. Head to the Santos, welcome back to the points. William Trumbele in the Mir down at 11th. He was having such a good weekend. Guy Anderson in 12th. So we got 15 points. We've only got an 8-point lead over the Czech driver and Brad Harris. Bit lonely in third now, suddenly in one race. Looking Ardor. Now he's being knocked on by Stoffel. Moving forward, we've got Josh Reeves, Amir, Joe Whitelock, Gabriel Silva, Thiago Costa having a hell of a time here. Up into 9th. Kyle Anderson, William Tremblay, Hector De Santos still in last.
Pick up the pace.
God, so bossy. How did we No, we started in 7th, didn't we? But we dropped back to 8th early on there. Trying to go down the inside. Oh my god. Oh, we're in the middle of a 3 wide. We're sideways. How have we not got a time penalty? How have we almost got onto the podium? Here we go, the outside manoeuvre into turn 2.
Okay, focus. Keep pushing.
It's worked. Oh my god, cut their nose off. But it's worked. We got the run into second. Oh, thank you. And first has just buggered off to Korea for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, Korea's, from what I've seen, is pretty nice. I mean, the only time I've actually been in Korea is in the airports. Airports were nice. And they had a little bit of kind of culture as well. Let's all turn. And the Philippines loves Korea as well, so this Korea's alright. Got Samsung, LG, got Hyundai.
Okay, focus.
Hyundai's pretty cool now. I mean, there was that period a few years about where it wasn't, but now it is. Kick ass in WRC as well. As we go onto the front stretch. I don't know why I'm trying to celebrate Korea here in Japan, but hey, celebrate Asia. Why not? Always try and do that. As this is a long arse straight, isn't it? I can't believe this circle wants to my Helm and Telka. It's got the sweeping S-bends in the middle. Kind of. With 3 and 4. It's got the long straight, it's got the tight corners everywhere. Like slow into fast is philosophy. Or very slow into fast, shall we say. Especially onto an X in that long front stretch. Like, can't remember if he had a hand in the redesign. I think he did actually now I was thinking of it. I'll have to look that up again as well. Along with looking up how WRC rallies or just rallies in general are getting graded. They do, like circuits. Surely they do. Because hill climbs do. Surely they do the same for rallies. I mean, surely some rallies are just too dangerous for World Rally Championship cars. And especially will be when they go hybrid in a few years, when you have kind of extra power as well, like naturally. I wonder how they're going to control that. Because there's a limit of 380 at the moment for horsepower. But we're seeing with IndyCar they talk about having hybrids, so suddenly the horsepower is going to go through the roof. It's going to be like 900 horsepower. In F1 apparently it's 1,000 horsepower, if you believe Renault's dick waving. And then of course you've had 1,000 at least in the WEC, the hybrids. So yeah, I wonder how they're going to manage it on the WRC, where naturally you've got these natural terrain circuits with not a lot of runoff. And we're already in a bit like F1, we're in a high power, high downforce era in the WRC. It's fantastic. It's incredibly competitive. Every manufacturer, Citroen, Fords, or M Sport. Even though Ford don't fully, shall we say, support M Sport as much as they did when they had OJ those last couple of years. Toyota. It is magnificent battle. Between them. But I I wonder if that's going to shake up the sport then, having hybrid as well power in a few years. I hope not. I hope it is just as competitive as it is now. Despite Tannock being the ruler, like it was the second half of last season, but he chucked it away last season when he should have won it. Neuville did that in 2017 as well. Surely one of them is going to win the title this year, as Ogier and Citroen just don't look as good. I mean, Nappy's not been a great supporting player as well, as he's getting used to the Citroen. And showing that they've just got lots of work to do. Despite the M Sport not being, or for being that great, maybe overall, it was just, it had enough consistency in it for Ogier to be consistent for a whole calendar year. He's doing well with the Citroen to do the same, so even though the Citroen seems to not be as solid, as good in this era. I mean, you know that with the Meek, Mikkelsons, Osbergs, what everyone has been saying, Breen, saying about that car. The Obe too. Since Hyundai's really stepped up as well this year. May have a more consistent guy that can battle and can win, even on gravel rallies with Sordo. On the shocks of the century.
First place, well done.
Well, what a brilliant shock that was as well, seeing Sordo win a gravel rally. Yes. What about this shock? Silva and Costa on the podium. They're going to be partying all night long. You've got Whitelock in fourth, ahead of Brad Harris. He's so consistent, the American. And Reeves, Sara down in seventh. Stoffel, Amir, Hector de Santos ahead of Rian Tremblay and Carl Johannesson, who's not having a good season suddenly. As after 2 rounds, we lead by 14 points. With Sara 9 points ahead of Brad, who's just 4 points ahead of Stoffel, who's just 7 points ahead of Josh, he's 2 points ahead of Joe, he's 3 points ahead of Gabriel, he's a point ahead of Amir. Bit of a gap to Thiago Costa, who's 8 points ahead of Carl Johannesson, Rian Tremblay and Hector de Santos. But it's very close at the bottom. As not as impressive as a good, shall we say. We didn't get 3 wins in a row. First race was slightly better though. So all the penalties, but still got all the requirements, team morale through the roof, reputation through the roof, credits, points, everything. Again, finances through the roof, we're rolling in money. As we head towards Australia and the Winton Motor Raceway. This might be Kiwi Racing Month as we're heading to Australia next time. Let's maybe upset them in their backyard, shall we? The Aussies. So, sign up for watching. We'll find out if we can next time.